Hey there, Papa's Posse. Don't forget about that QR code. Take you to my eBay, YouTube, and Instagram page. Welcome back to the channel, Papa's Posse. It's Papa's Comic Books, Coffee, and more. And today we have Superman Annual number 9. This book was $1 in 1983. Title of the story, Villain, Who's Got the Villain? By Elliot Maggin and Alex Toth. Now, before we begin, don't forget this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. Hit that like button, and let's see what's going on. This is your captain speaking, now boarding for soaring adventure in today's in-flight feature. Superman takes off with the Batman in Villain. Who's got the villain? We've been saving this combination featuring yesterday's Luthor in the DC Safe Deposit Vault. It's sure to pique your interest. This is not precisely the scene you will see in this story, but it may as well be so. As the world turns upside down because of a plot by the fiendish Luthor that imprisons the hero and lets the villain go free, join with the mighty Superman, side by side with the dread Batman, to try and solve the puzzle of villain, who's got the villain. Deep in space, a probe from Earth, never described in a document of any government, floats serenely among the flurry of meteoroids, none larger than a ping pong ball. From an aperture at the cone of the craft comes a feeler ticking, searching, groping for traces of radioactivity from the rocky debris of space. Finding such traces, the feeler becomes a scoop, and having scooped, moved on. Probe returning precisely on target suggests you seek shelter, sir. You wimps can cover your bottoms in that bunker if you want, but I want to see if we got the goods. Instrumentation shows some cargo aboard, sir, but we must leave the scene rather abruptly now. We've got other places to go. A dingy studio apartment not far from the city of Metropolis. A moment ago, there was a gathering wind that went unnoticed, but 3 men at unholy work when suddenly the world seems to give way. It's an earthquake. It's a wrecking ball. It's no names, please, fellas, just confessions. Sorry to drop in unannounced, but I thought you'd appreciate a surprise. Oh, gruff. Hey, no trouble, Superman. Anything you want. Want? What I want is to know why grown men like you would choose to make your living by selling contraband firearms to school kids, while humans would sink so low. Not only to profit from selling guns to children, but to sell them junk that's as likely as to blow up in their faces as it is to fire. You clowns can be sure I've got the goods on you. I know your bosses too. And I'll catch up with him soon enough. Now stop looking so comical and climb aboard this table. And hold on tightly because it might be a pretty rough flight to jail. Bring, were you expecting company? We could look through the door with your X-ray vision, of course, but a man with powers and abilities beyond those of mortal men takes every opportunity to make what may be a pleasant surprise. After you, Constable. Well, how nice you could join us. After all, Mr. Accountable, it saved me the trouble of tracking you down. Good to see you too, Batman. Always glad to be of service, old friend. Thanks for bringing home the head hog while I was busy with the piglets. I'm sure you would have roped him in eventually, but I'm privileged to have assistance telling me, Batman, do you think we might be able to add attempted murder to the charges? No, I'm sure he didn't seriously think he could shoot me. He just wanted to give me a batarang practice. Batman's quite a fellow for someone who can even fly, don't you think, fellas? But Superman's audience seem to have lost either their tongues or their senses of humor. Those like this young medical student whose glance into the sky of the outskirts of the city soon see Superman carrying some guys on a table. I've got Superman on the brain since I found out whom I'm dealing with here. Just nervous, I guess. It's starting to get dark out. Now's the time, my customer said, to press the doorbell precisely to the stroke of 7. So go here. Goes. 6 stories up, 10 seconds later, the egg-shaped device deposits the young man neatly and crisply on the floor of the loft, and that's it. Guide the scooter in here gently if you can. We don't want to shake you up, Mr. Reston, any more than we have to. Welcome, Mr. Reston. I trust you brought the items we spoke about. Ah, yes, I did. Mr. Luther. Good. That's very good. Relax. There could be a fixture in my organization for a smart fellow like you. You really think so, Mr. Luther? Sure, come on over here and let's catch today's news. In local news, Superman and Batman collaborated within the past hour to foil a handgun ring. I also want to give you a little token of my good faith. $1,000. $1,000 bill. A ring which was allegedly selling pistols to Metropolis school children. More on this story as the information reaches us, Lana. Thanks, Clark. Jimmy Olsen reports from Princeton today. There was a message on your private line, Mr. Kent. Thanks, Danny. Bruce, that'll be Bruce Wayne, the Batman. Wonder what he discovered now. Clark, meet me in an hour after sign-off and top of the old new symphony. Bruce. And when sign-off time comes, it's ignore it on the TV set. This is Clark Kent for WGBS TV, hoping that your news isn't bad news. Thank you and good night. A complete transformation, remarkable. As we cut away from the scene, we leave you to wonder for a while just what it is that is so remarkable to Luther. For just minutes later, as young Mr. Reston returns to the streets somewhat richer than before, he walks around. Oh, thud! Oh, right in the head. Oh, my goodness. Could have sworn someone was chasing me. Must have been just, oh no, Batman. The young man's world is warm and soft and deep purple for a while, but soon harsh reality intrudes again. All right, Reston, you've had your beauty sleep. No, the Batman. Huh. Who in the devil? No, the Batman. It was the devil you just left, and his name was Lex Luthor. Now you're going to tell me everything he told you, aren't you? Yes. Spit it out, boy. You haven't got all night. And uptown in the Galaxy building, a practical joker goes looking for a foil. Clark. Hey, Clarky. Funny, I thought he just went in here, but all I see are office supplies. Wonder where he could have gone. Where he's gone is downtown to meet the Batman. On the roof of the deserted building that used to house the new symphony orchestra of Metropolis, 2 men of awesome power and accomplishment talk alone together. And after a brief time go their separate ways. Thus does the moon set and the sun rise on the city of the Metropolis at the Galaxy building next morning. Hey there, Clarky boy. I was looking for you when you disappeared last night. Oh, good morning, Steve. Wanted you to meet my friend, Angel. Angel Marion. Clark Kent, Angel's model. A model, Clark. Of course she is. How do you do, Miss Marion? Charmed, really. She was filming a commercial in our building, and she said she couldn't wait to meet you. Couldn't wait. After you, old man. Thank you, Steve. Angel wanted to meet me, you say? Yeah, because she couldn't believe that the guy who did the 6 o'clock news was the same guy who couldn't walk through a door without breaking his nose. Are you right, Mr. Clark? Oh, brother, Steve gets worse all the time. But a thin stream of well-directed super suction at his shoelaces should give him a little bit of humility. Having trouble tying your shoelaces, Steve? Oh, Stevie, I don't know how you tripped me with my own shoelaces. But when I get my hands on Clark, where on earth did that four-eyed wimp disappear to? He's going in there. Wow! The familiar rush of wind courses through the city as people thrill to the sight of, look, Mommy, it's Superman! Wow, look at the hole Superman made. Excuse me, youngster, but I believe you dropped this. Oh, thank you, Mr. Batman. Golly, Mom, look, the Batman's here too. But what is that masked manhunter still doing on the scene? We will know in good time. But first, there are evil doings in a subway car below the surface of the city. You heard me right, bozo. We're taking over your subway car. just like in the movies, only we intend to win. The subway car is quite effectively hidden from you by a holographic invisibility shield. Not even Superman can see us. Did someone mention my name? What's this all about? First, we want $1 million in small bills. This is Superman communicating by super ventriloquism. Let those crooks think you're going along with their scheme. Just keep them talking so I can track their radio waves. Do you understand those demands so far, clowns? We also want a helicopter to meet us in the location we will divulge later. If my super hearing is right, which it usually is, then our invisible subway car ought to be right about crash here. Superman, he found us. Go to the head of the class, Ace. I'll teach the class freak this with this. It's a blast of photon energy that erupts from the masked man's weapon, to which the super condensed matter of Kryptonite's body are particularly susceptible, thrown back against all his power by a cannonball of light energy. He can't pulverize it. He can't blast it apart with sound waves. He can't twist it from it even if it's super speed. But he does have a source of light energy of his own. And the infrared of X-rays from the eyes begin to dissipate the cannonball of light. And now the man of steel, anger and resolve, etching his way, points himself in the direction of trouble and shows what it means to be a Superman. That was a pretty cute trick you pulled just then. Shame my sense of humor isn't what it once was. Then again, I have another game we can play called You Give Up or I Start Playing Rough. Soon, a quaking that sounds up above in a metropolis park like the familiar rumble of the subway gathers into the roar that it's first frightening and then deafening and then right through the concrete. Officers, I left the conductor who was aboard to lead other passengers out of the tunnel. I'm going back in to find these clowns, boss. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. We're supposed to tell you that our boss is. Just get the dumb mask off your face. He knows who your boss is, as well as we do. Luther. Well, if it isn't... Ouch. Welcome to my temporary headquarters, Man of Steel, Metropolis Marvel Man of Tomorrow, Eighth Wonder of the Universe, Defender of the Week. Stow it, Luther. Only you could have put together the equipment those two bit crooks used to grab that subway car, but you didn't actually expect them to get away with it. What's your real game? My real game is in this lead box. Red kryptonite, my whole body is tingling. I can't stand it. Oh, don't be melodramatic, hero. Won't kill you, unfortunately, but it will work immediately unlike most red kryptonite. I know what this particular rock's properties are because I've experimented with it. Found a serum to make non-super creatures susceptible too. I tested it on mice, and to my surprise, Preston, I think the serum I made from your stolen chemicals is working. I can feel the animal tingling in my fingers. It's changing to a duplicate of the other mouse. Yes, and we can make the change permanent. This red kryptonite will turn you into an exact copy of the person nearest to you at the moment you were exposed to the radiation. And that person just happens to be me. That needle, what is it? Nothing to worry about, just a little something to make the change last forever. And now, I've got plans for us. My looking glass friend. Operator, I'd like the numbers of the CBS, NBC, GBS, ABC, UBC, and every newspaper in town. Yes, I'll wait. And within hours of the city metropolis and the entire country via the miracle of television is treated to a spectacle it has seldom seen. In a moment, we all switch live to Governor's Plaza here in Metropolis, where the escaped criminal Lex Luthor has called a public press conference, and where dozens of police are waiting to take Luthor into custody. Luthor is suspected of being behind the unsuccessful subway hijacking here earlier. It looks as though the guest of honor is about to appear. Something is materializing. It's Luthor, I swear it. All right, men, take him in. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not the man you think I am. I am a secret location for my protection. What you see before you is a holographic projection of me. And my name is Erasmus Luthor, Lex Luthor's twin brother. For the next several minutes, the television audience is treated to an obscenely fantastic lie about years the fictional Erasmus Luther spent in prison. In the service of his evil brother, trading his scientific genius for the food and water he needed to live. And when he finishes, there isn't a dry eye in the house. My brother demanded that I devise a foolproof method to escape prison, but I used it to escape the dungeon where he kept me. I have overpowered my brother, and I brought him here. Meet my evil brother Lex. He's lying. Of course he says I'm lying, but you'll have proof. Put him in jail. Throw away the key. The key never did us any good before. Where's proof? When I drop him in Pocatico prison tomorrow, you'll fingerprint him, and then you'll have the proof. That'll be the one he claimed was the evil Luther. I'll believe it when I see it. But in the news early that afternoon, Warden Clarence Rutherford announced minutes ago that in fingerprint tests, the man who parachuted into prison this afternoon was identified positively as Lex Luthor, criminal scientist. Luther was immediately charged with scores of crimes and imprisoned. Superman was not available for comment. And in Clark Kent's apartment in Metropolis, a man in a cowl mask and nightshade cape sits and waits. A day passes, another, and an unexpected helicopter approaches the roof of the medical research building at Metropolis University. Look out, the wires. What's he doing here? He'll crash. Indeed, the tangled whirlybird doesn't get even as far as the roof before. He's going into the world. Look down into the street. It's a shadow. It's a devil. It's the Batman. Erasmus Luther, I presume. Yes, sorry about the mess. Yo, what you doing to me? Not half of what you almost did to yourself. Just remember, if the opportunity ever arises again, Erasmus, that when you enter a building, it's advisable to use the door. Dr. Marker and Dean Harrow of the Health Institute allow me to introduce Erasmus Luther. You've heard of him, I'm sure. I assume he's here looking for a job? Hi there. Indeed, he is looking for a job, and he gets one doing medical research. This Luther twin has been here less than a week, but already he's revolutionizing modern biology. I'll say, look here, a new strain of wheat to feed millions of people, cures for half a dozen diseases, miracle drugs, therapy machines, radiation treatments. It was a lucky day for humanity when Erasmus Luther dropped in onto labs. It'll be a lucky day for Lex Luthor sooner. Uh-oh. And that lucky day may be soon, for one afternoon on the WGBS 6 o'clock evening news. Metropolis University today announced yet another medical discovery by Erasmus Luther, a cure for some forms of skin cancer. In other news, or lack of it, there have been no reported sightings of Superman since his recovery of a hijacked subway car more than a week ago. His friends, at least those here in Galaxy Broadcasting, want him to know we miss him. That's my signal to go to the University Broadcast Studio. And in front of another television set as the news hums over the evening air. It sure feels good to get out of that cell, Warden. For the vacationing Clark Kent, this is listening. My pleasure. It looks something wrong with the broadcast. Hello, this is Erasmus Luther. Pardon me for interrupting your television show, but this is the move we've been waiting for. I should think it is. And this charade has gone on long enough. You all know that through my scientific skills, I have brought great benefits in a very short time. And in Clark Kent's apartment in Metropolis, this charade has also gone on long enough. In a very short time, so I imagine what good I could do if you were to give me access to the governments of the world, with national treasures and the aid of the presidents and kings of the world. I could. It happened so quickly that not Luther, not his armed cameramen, certainly not the television audience know what is coming. But when it comes, crack-a-blam! There can be no mistaking. Batman and Superman, for the moment, those two are the only words spoken. They come through the TV. For these technicians are Luther's men and most skilled, best-paid operators in the world of crime. Who can evaluate an emergency and react almost as quickly as superhero? Almost, but not quite. Oof, you owe me one, Bats. I owe you? Pow, more than one. He's too far away to hear, Batman, he's probably somewhere out past the moon by now. Luther should learn never to use the same trick twice. As Luther shatters his strange blue sphere and Batman disables the remaining henchmen, the television camera continues to broadcast the event, and millions are mute and helpless witnesses of the very public conflict. Look, Daddy, the blue stuff is blinding Batman. Can't we help him? I wish we could. The special contact lenses I put in earlier now give me a distinct advantage, enough of an advantage to make it to the door. Weather's gotten a little off color. Wouldn't you say, Luther? Excuse me, fella? If you thought that by blinding me you could stop a Batman for more than a moment, you forgot about my other senses. And as in homes in front of televisions around the world, people break into spontaneous applause. Well done, Batman. I think all in all I owe you. But how? How did you counteract the effects of the red kryptonite? You never exposed me to it, my friend. The Master of Disguise here switched places with me in the subway tunnel. And then, practically before your eyes, hiding behind your planter, he became a double of you. We anticipated your plot almost before you did. I scared it out of Mr. Preston, the medical student you hired to steal chemicals you needed for your red kryptonite permanence serum. I'll take Luther to prison personally, officer. Guess who saved your life the other day in the helicopter, Luther? It was you, disguised as Batman, to keep me from catching on that you weren't in jail. And the warden must have been in on it too, saying you had my fingerprints. But why did you wait? Why did you rot in jail all that time? Because you were doing our work for us, curing diseases, making discoveries, benefiting mankind. I wish I could have lasted longer. Ha ha, that's my best friend on earth. You know I've always hated you, Superman, but that guy's a real pain. And in the epilogue, the world returns to normal, or as normal as world containing a Superman, a Batman, and a Luther can be. And days later, I'll take a hot dog, please, with relish, please. Please at the serve of you, Mr. Kent. I recognize you from your TV shows. That's good, but don't recognize you. Are you new here? Just the start of today. That's at $72.50. Excuse me, what did you say? Oh, okay, I round off just a plain $72 for Mr. Kent. Well, wait. Ameniti, that's highway robbery. Maybe you'll be needing some change? Sidewalk hot dogs cost maybe 70 cents a dollar tops. Look, Mr. Kent, you don't want a better publicity. You're giving me $25 for the part of you ate, and we get it out. Yes? That's the worst. You want me to pay for $25 for a bite? I've got a license to sell here, Mr. Biggershot Newsman. License say I can charge you anything I think is a fair. Fair. Oh, I'm falling. Great Scott, how am I going to get out of this situation to save that boy? I should never have made a scene in public by drawing attention to the boy, though. Look, that boy's falling. I'll be able to slip away. Whoa, boom, boom, Batman's there. In that instant of emergency, the extortive vendor throws off his smock to reveal underneath the Batman. Well, now that the public gets the rare glimpse of the human behind the Batman, gee, thanks. I didn't plan it that way, but now everyone knows I'm not above playing a joke on a friend. They also know something else, that sometimes the Batman can be a real pain. All righty. Well, that was that Superman Annual. Title of the story was Villain, Who's Got the Villain? Number 9 from 1983. I hope you enjoyed that little reading. And don't forget, this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. And as Papa, Batman, Superman, and Lex Luthor always say,
that was easy.
Until next time, Papa is out.